In Ring, Craig Santos Perez weaves an intimate portrait of family, memory, and ecological crisis, situating private experience within global catastrophe. The poem's domestic setting, a birthday celebration for a speaker's daughter, unfolds against a backdrop of wars, wildfires, and planetary illness. Through its layering of personal and collective histories, the home into a side of both vulnerability and resistance. Through a connection between the body's fragility and the earth's geological distress, he builds an emotional bridge between the intimate and the planetary. Ultimately, Rings of Fire portrays family ritual as a form of survival care and the colonial resilience amid systematic destruction. Perez situates readers in the intimate domestic spaces of family. My dad grills meat inside my mom steams rice and roasts vegetables. To anchor the global, this multi-generational portrait, grandfather, parents, daughter, becomes a reflection on health, memory, and legacy. The daughter's fever, the grandparents' parched cough, and the doctor's warning to give her an asthma inhaler turn the human into a microcosm of the earth, embodying its own ecological distress. These human details symbolize illness, suggesting that the fever and black lungs of individuals mirror the burning forests and polluted skies of the planet. When Perez writes "the ashes flock, like ghost birds, to our distant rib cages," he literalizes the physical absorption of ecological trauma in human bodies. The imagery fuses the personal and the planetary, asserting that environmental catastrophe is not abstract; it inhabits the body itself. Furthermore, the poem intergenerational trauma and environmental inheritance, linking the grandfather's smoking-related illness to broader histories of environmental neglect. Just as his cough still blanks of cancer and denial, humanity's collective denial perpetuates planetary harm. Perez thus suggests that both trauma and ecological decay are inherited, forcing each generation to bear the consequences of previous actions and to shoulder an ethical responsibility toward healing. Time unfolds in Ring of Fires in a non-linear, layered structure that reflects both personal and indigenous cosmology. Past, present, and the future coexist. The grandfather smoking, the parents' Kieran celebration, and the ongoing devastation of airstrikes that detonate hospitals in Yemen, Iraq, Afghanistan, South Sudan suggest that the suffering of the earth and its people transcends historical moments. The way Perez shifts between families and global crises embodies a multi-generational consciousness where history isn't direct. The layering of memory and crisis reflects an indigenous of time as relational. Ancestors, descendants, and the present moment form one continuous thread. California, the volcanoes erupting across the Pacific, and a daughter's fever are all connected, showing how problems come from long histories of colonization and pollution. Even though the poem is written in English, Peirce uses it to challenge Western ideas of time and individuality. His language reflects Pacific ways of seeing the world, as something deeply connected across generations. Through this, Peirce shows everyone's shared responsibility. By blending the past and the present, he reminds readers that today's crises are part of a long history of harm toward both people and the earth. The closing movement of Rings of Fire, ordinary domestic acts, cooking, singing, blowing out candles, the ritualized gestures of resistance and renewal. Birthday celebration unfolds as a catastrophe, yet it becomes a sacred moment of togetherness. But tonight we sing Happy Birthday and blow the candles together. The trembling smoke embodies a fragile hope, as if we all exhaled the same flammable wish. Here, the shared breath symbolizes collective survival, linking the daughter's life to both familial continuity and planetary regeneration. Through this juxtaposition, finds domestic space as a site of ethical engagement, where care and celebration counteract despair. Acts like grilling meat or steaming rice become ecological performances, simple acts that demonstrate a respectful relationship with nature. These gestures echo indigenous notions of reciprocal care between humans and the natural world. Moreover, by aestheticizing the sensory details, the fire, the exhaled smoke, Perez itself into a form of beauty and defiance. The poem asserts that joy, nourishment, that ritualized care can resist systematic forces such as war, climate collapse, and denial that threaten life. In this way, Perez elevates domestic ritual to political significance and ethics of everyday living that sustain hope, memory, and ecological amid destruction. Great Santos Perez rings of fire fuses the intimate and the planetary, revealing how family, memory, temporal interconnection and domestic ritual intertwine amid global crisis. By portraying the home as both a sanctuary and a mirror of Earth's fragility, Perez transforms care, memory, and survival into acts of resistance. The poem ultimately insists that healing the planet within human relationships through remembrance, responsibility, and the simple, enduring rituals that keep life burning against destruction. Thank you.